Greetings, travelers, and welcome to Tales from the Closet, the only podcast/vodcast with me on it. Welcome, everybody. If you're watching this on CH2 online or you're listening to it as a podcast, just know that there's also a video component where you could see our gorgeous faces. I have three lovely guests today.
I hate those candles. I hate that you're doing it again. I hate that you're still doing it.
I'm going to add one candle per episode. Get ready for this season, honey. Great. Let's hop right into it. Let's meet our contestants.
We're competing.
Yeah, it's a blood sport.
Good.
Let's start with you, Jordan. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm happy to be here, Allie. Are you gay?
I am gay.
Cool.
I am.
Me too. Everyone here?
I am. Yeah, let's do that. I'm non-binary. I go by they, them.
Oh.
I'm into women. At this point, I don't know.
Yeah.
But if I put on a nice enough sweater, I can be bi. Never mind. That joke got away from me, but I will double down.
Bi people famously wear sweaters.
Wear only sweaters.
Yeah.
They're like, excuse me, I am bi, and my car's here. I have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a big hurry. Bi people
Uber,
always doing
they're
something
in
great.
Well, they're very busy. They have to fuck both men and women.
It's true. It takes
That's
a lot
like
of time.
double the time.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So how do you identify, Jordan?
I identify as an artist first.
Great. Artist first.
No, I'm a he.
Great.
Traditional white gay. Yeah.
There it is.
You're the problem.
I am the problem, and I will continue to be the problem. I fucking love being the problem. No, I'm very cis. I like guys. Yeah.
There it is.
Say more about that.
Yeah.
What's it like to be cis?
It's honestly exhilarating. Every day I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to walk in the world and people are going to know exactly who I am.
No questions.
There are no questions. They're going to be like, that's a guy.
Yeah. And
I
kids,
love
no
it.
kids are
Oh,
going to
God.
say, what are you,
Yeah.
loudly
Yes.
in the grocery store.
Kids just welcome me into their arms.
Great.
They say, I understand you. You make sense to me. I accept you.
And then you can recruit them. So
Yeah,
it's
I'm
fantastic.
living with about 60 children right now who are all so sweet. You should guys come by anytime.
I don't want to come.
No,
You
you guys.
have to. You
It'll
do
be
have
really,
to.
We have a good time over there.
Great. And what do you do for work? What do you guys...
I am a filmmaker and writer and sometimes actor.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm very just successful and rich.
Great.
What's that like?
No.
Honestly, that has been a struggle.
I would imagine.
A lot of people don't understand me when they see my bank account. And they're just like, I could never relate to that. And I say, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
And you never will.
And you never will.
And I'm looking at
And
you.
you're
right?
only
I'm
looking at me, and I
you
do understand.
right now.
I did pay for a bell pepper and dimes once. I
love
did,
that.
and it was a
Boy.
great lunch. Moving on, Kimia.
You ate just a bell pepper?
I bit it into it like an apple in my car listening to David Sedaris. That's how you get through things like that. You listen to David Sedaris
Yeah.
while at a personal low.
Did you guys
Sure.
used to cut off the tops and fill it with water and use it as a cup?
No.
That was my family was obsessed with that.
No. A
Yeah.
pepper cup?
Oh, we would do that and just laugh and laugh and laugh.
I would put like a great cocktail in that. That sounds like a
Oh,
really
like a Bloody
fun,
Mary or something.
something spicy.
Yeah, Bloody Mary served out of a bell
Yeah, that's
pepper.
good. Savory cocktails for me is a no, but I could do Bloody Mary.
Like a martini or like a no that
I don't
tastes
like
like a sandwich?
I don't like a I don't like a dry martini. Anyway.
Anyway, it's me. Hey there. Anyway, hi, I'm Kimia. I guess this is all going to be less interesting than Jordan, but I am. I don't know. He just went so
Nothing's
big.
more interesting than a white gay guy.
I really don't know what to do. Well, I guess if we're
We
there,
go big or go home.
I guess so. I'm a girl, she, and I guess I've been using the word queer because honestly, I've only ever dated one woman and ever for a long time. It's my best friend, and we were best friends, and it got weird. So it's just like I think this is just where I'll be forever. So as far as I know, I like this one person.
Wait, you're still dating her?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love
That's
that.
great. I love
Childhood
that.
Best friend?
So,
No, not childhood. Well, I guess is high school childhood?
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
weren't dating in high school, but I have known her since then.
Wow.
so your sexual orientation is her.
I guess so.
I love
Oh
that.
gosh,
I'm going
stop
to melt.
awing at me. You
Grant starts crying.
All right.
What if I do? Oh God.
I've worked with Grant enough to know that it's not impossible for him to start crying at any point.
Well, we'll get him today then, I guess.
Yeah.
What's it like to not be alone?
Oh, you know what? I don't. Well, I guess I spend most of my days alone, so I still know what it's like to be alone. But I guess there's always somebody that I can talk to.
Oh!
So, brag.
Yeah, I
it's
couldn't
nice.
imagine what it's like for you.
It's really hard. The nights, the nights are terrible.
Do they feel super long?
And it's so cold in my apartment when I
Yeah.
wake up, and I have nothing to hold to warm myself up.
Could I tell a quick little anecdote?
Yeah.
Please.
This is the podcast for that.
I woke up the other night to my boyfriend literally going like that, stroking my face like that, and then like I nudged and I woke him up. So he was doing that in his sleep. And then he was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "You're stroking my face." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know. Sorry."
I woke up and
What it's like to be in a relationship.
my body pillow wasn't where I thought it would be, and it broke my heart.
Oh, yeah,
because I'm so
definitely.
fragile that
Can you just
Moved
say
away.
it's not actually that great to share a bed with someone
Oh my-
every
it's a
night for the
nightmare.
rest of your life?
To be
Yeah,
touched.
I'm not-
To be touched.
I
all.
I legit love being single. So
Yeah.
like everything I was just saying was an act. I can't get enough. Being
I
single.
like to be in a relationship, but I do like to have nights where I am sleeping like a full starfish in the
yes,
bed,
yes.
and that's just like
Yes.
I should be able to do that multiple times a week.
When
But
you're in a
you
relationship
can't.
and you don't want to be touched and your lover touches you,
Yeah.
you have to pretend like that's
it's nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then it turns
No,
into
no,
a
you
problem.
don't.
Like
No,
it's-
you
Don't just say not right now. Thank
in
you.
mine,
I'm okay.
if in mine, I'm like, if I'm like, I just don't want you to touch me right now. That's like,
Like you have sensitive lovers.
Fight. We're gonna
I guess
fight that
I've been there too, where it's
Yeah.
like, is it something I said? And you're
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
I truly
You
just
just
want to like
wanna-
watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Untouched,
Yeah.
but naked. So figure
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. No, you know what? It's it'll get to the sex stuff here in a little bit.
Yeah,
We
it
don't
always
need to-
does. This is yeah. And anyway, who are you? I'm sorry. Did you need parking or?
Yeah.
I would actually love it if you could validate.
Yeah.
That would really help me out a little bit.
Ma'am, there's an ambulance waiting dounstairs for you actually right now.
I have to go. I need it. I'm Grant O'Brien still. I identify as bi. I identify as he, him. This is the same old song and dance, isn't it? We
Yeah.
have been through this.
Yeah.
I am gonna run out of
Something
things to say on this
new.
podcast.
Just switch it up.
So what's the?
I mean, don't lie, but just tell us a new thing about yourself. What did you listen to in your car on your way here
Oh,
today?
yeah.
I'm going to show you.
Really?
I'm going to show you because it really is, I think, important for this podcast that everyone knows that I was listening to the original recording of the musical Chicago, not the.
So Cheetah.
Not the Cheetah
Cheetah.
Rivera, Jerry Orbach,
Yeah.
Gwen Verdun, because I'm
Yeah.
very excited. There's a show about Bob Fosse and Gwen.
Verdun.
Are you going to have a problem? Is this
I
going
think
to be? Is this going to be?
I wanted to
might
use
be.
this platform to talk about gay male competition.
It is strong.
Yeah.
No, I was singing Chicago in my car all the way in.
That's very
Nice.
cute, and I do
I'm on
love
the
that.
right podcast.
You are truly, and you're welcome here.
Will you give us
okay?
a little taste?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I can't. We cannot get the rights to that.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just sing it with different lyrics.
Yeah. Change the notes
I'm
and
gonna
lyrics.
improvise a Chicago parody right now. Fair use.
Okay, great. We are going to move into our very first segment of the show, which is its namesake, Tales from the Closet. I love it. Thank you all again for
I
joining
hate
us
it.
here in this empty party city. I wanted to, honestly, I really did want to have this show take place in the back of a Halloween superstore. But we weren't able to do that. So instead, our beautiful art director, Rick, made this, and I'm very happy with it.
Rick is very handsome.
Rick is gorgeous.
Is he in the room?
No.
No.
Okay.
Why? Who
Okay.
did you think he was with that description?
I don't know.
Who do you think is hot? All right.
Just a minute.
We are.
I'm going to lampshade it because there's no way to get away with it because I'm still on camera. I'm a sweaty hog.
Little sweaty
Anyway.
hog.
What were you saying?
All right, yeah, let's go around. This podcast is, I'm essentially just wanting to make the thing I wish I had when I was deep in the closet, watching the OC and being like, I'm not anywhere on there. Although they did have a bi storyline. Do you guys remember that?
With
Fucking,
Marissa.
Yeah. Marissa had like a girlfriend for like
with,
a second.
13 from House, and her name is Olivia Wilde.
Olivia
Thank you.
Wilde.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
I
just
forgot she
been
was on that
watching
show.
the OC, so that's why I know
Yes.
it.
And I
Oh my
remember when that
God.
happened, and I was like, that is supposed to be including me, but I don't feel included.
No.
It was just like two hot Maxim models were like starting to hook up, and I was like, still
That's
not.
then they
how all
lived
women should
together.
be, though.
Yeah.
They lived together.
Excuse.
That is
boy.
how women should
That's
look.
how women should look and act.
And act. All of them. Demure.
Demure.
That's how I describe everyone on the OC. It's very demure.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
not
totally.
so obvious.
Tanned. Great. Okay, yeah. So, any story from being in the closet, maybe that moment when you were like, wow, I might be gay. Or maybe it was like, uh-oh, I might be gay. Or maybe it was like, yay, cool, I am gay.
I don't know, but I have been re-examining. Like, I just was remembering. I went to a wedding of one of my family friends, and I saw one of my cousin's friends that I hadn't seen in a while, and I was like, oh my goodness, I think when I was like 7, I had a crush on this woman, like my cousin's friend. I was like digging down deep because I was like, why would I always come into my cousin's house and be like, hey, is your friend blah blah here? And then she'd be like, no, she's only here like that one time. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Was she cute, like now, in real life?
It was Ellen
no,
DeGeneres.
she's just like, I don't even know because it's weird because she's just like very older than me and just was like nice to me and unlike my cousin, and I was like, I don't know why I cared, but I've just been re-examining people from when I was little that I was, and I
Yeah.
and that's a fun thing to know because I didn't know I was into women, so I just was like confused.
Totally.
Why I liked some people more than other people.
I was very vocal about crushes I had on guys, but they were all boiled down to like, I want to be friends with them. But I was just like, oh, this is what we all talk about. So I was like, yeah, I definitely have a crush on Paul. And
Yes.
be like, no.
I was trying to find like, because everyone's like, oh, my type is blank blank, and I was like, oh, my type is boys with mushroom haircuts, and I was like, that's not a type. That's like a haircut.
You're like,
That was
lesbian.
my
not a
that
cool
was my
haircut.
type though.
Okay.
Oh man, like
Also
boys.
mushroom?
Yeah,
The
no.
bowl
mushroom?
cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Oh God, like I love that.
Really?
Love that.
Really?
Okay, well,
Love
I guess
that.
it
Like-
counts as a type.
Like honestly, like it's all three of the guys on Full House. No,
Oh,
not Full
yeah.
House. Home Improvement.
Yeah, yeah,
Home
yeah,
Improvement.
yeah.
Yeah, all like they all had that. Like maybe they didn't have the mushroom haircut, but they were the kind of guy who might.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
my type. The guy who
Yeah.
might have a mushroom haircut.
I was never into the all-American look.
Really?
Yeah, my first. Do you remember? I forget what season of Real World, but there was a guy named Willie, who was like one of the first gay guys on it.
I don't remember.
And he was just like, now looking back, he was just like a full, just like Latin twink, like
Really?
just like nothing descriptive about him, just like Latin twink. That you could go to WeHo and see like 400 of him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But and there was this scene where he was like making out with this guy in the shower, and I was like, that is it. Like
Really?
that's all I want. And like the guy was washing his hair, and so like for
Oh, that's
years I
great.
had like a washing a hair in the shower.
Oh
fetish.
my god. Did you carry that with you into adulthood?
I remember like like in my early 20s when I was like slutting it up, like every like sexual like thing that I wanted in my childhood, like I did that.
Yes,
And then I was
yeah.
like, okay, it's like not that sexy to like
It's
shower.
full, like-
Sometimes it is, but mostly not.
Mostly showering with
Yeah.
someone sucks.
Yeah.
Who
It's
has
like,
a big enough shower to
Yeah, that's it.
actually do that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do, I
Guys,
see.
What?
You guys got to come over. Well, I have to fit
kill you.
60 children in it.
I'll
sure,
kill
that's
you.
difficult. That's difficult.
Yeah, I feel like I heard something like early on, and you know, like there's just those like twisted, like women's magazines that are like 10 tips to like use his tie to choke him, or like
Oh,
you
like
know, and you're like,
sexual ones,
yeah,
like
yeah, they're like
50
so,
tongue tricks to
yes.
make him go wild.
There's always like some extra element, like like a full prop case.
Yeah.
And there was one with essential oils that was like, use essential oils on his ear, Oh my God. Okay, no, sorry. It wasn't a women's magazine. It was fucking Men's Health magazine. I would take my dad's Men's Healths. So it was like, put essential oils on her ear, and I, like, nothing short of cutting that article out. I was like, I'm going to do this one
And
day.
do you do that to your
This
lover
is the
every
move.
time you...
No, I dropped it also in my 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Early 20s, I was
You were
like,
essential
hey,
oil behind every
ooh,
ear.
but then I got that out of my system, I think.
Yeah.
There was a Vice magazine article about how to fuck ass that I remember that I looked at.
How to fuck
This is like early Vice, like when it was shitty, like Gavin McGinnis era Vice.
Oh my God, yeah.
Isn't it still like that?
Yeah, basically, Vice
Yeah,
sucks. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say?
Yeah.
No, I am not. I am
In
not.
my
not to
opinion.
slander the company.
No.
In my opinion,
You can say
Vice
whatever
is.
you want.
And-
Fucking Gavin McGinnis is out there.
Like,
Yeah,
they
Gavin
might not
McGinnis
be
started
doing
it.
that
Fuck
anymore.
Vice forever.
Spiritually, they are that. though.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you
they
get-
will always be that.
The official shirt for the Proud Boys is a fucking polo shirt that I've owned for 7 years. It's a Fred Perry polo shirt that's
my
black
God.
with yellow markings, and they've like made
Yeah.
that their official shirt, and I own it.
Yeah.
And I was wearing it on the bus.
It's queer erasure.
It's-
Again.
Yeah, right.
Again, they
Here
strike
I
again.
am,
Everywhere
being
you
fully
look.
erased into a white man. Great. Anything from you? Story deep in the closet.
I mean, I've told a lot of my stories from. I was thinking about this gay story. This is long after I came out of the closet. Is that
Bring
okay?
it. Yes.
I was in that I was like 24. And I got a call from a guy I'd been sleeping with like the year before, and he said, "I'm letting people know I just tested HIV positive. You should probably get tested." And at the time, I had a bad rash on my cock and my balls.
Okay.
And and of course I get online, and that's one of the symptoms of recent
Anything,
HIV
really,
of
but yeah.
anything
Yeah.
of anything. Like it's like that is a pretty baseline symptom. And so
living.
I spun myself up into
Yeah.
a
Of
real
course.
lather.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Can you?
You're
can
not
you
chill
imagine
about your health.
Me being. And so I go and I'm freaking out with my roommate. Who says like, well, we'll both go. Well, it's a straight guy, but it's like we'll both go into the clinic tomorrow. We'll both get tested. That'll be just what we do with our afternoon.
sweet.
It was great. My roommate Nick Kocher, who comedy fans may know, and we go into the clinic, and you go in one-on-one with a counselor, and they say, what's going on? And I told them I have a rash on my cock and on my balls, and
You said that every time.
yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, the cock and ball rash.
Yeah, but yeah, I
Of
have,
course.
my cock has a rash on it, and so do my balls. And
You making a meal out of that.
I'm enjoying myself. And they said, okay, great. Well, we'll get you tested, and while you're here, we'll get you in to see a doctor. And so they do my testing, and then they take me to another room where I'd see a doctor. The doctor says, it's a fungus. Here's a cream for it. But we can also, load you up with a bunch of vaccinations and stuff while you're here. And I say, this is great. What a wonderful time I've had at this free clinic.
Yeah.
And I faint with needles. I faint. Allie's seen me with
Yes.
needles. I faint I just faint. And
We do a lot of drugs together.
yeah, we and I are IV drug users, and so I fainted. And they say, "Can we do anything for you?" And I say, "My friend's out there. Would you bring my friend back?" Well, my friend got tested, then went back to the waiting room.
Full HIV.
And most people just go in, get tested, and leave. And so I've been back there for an hour, where most people have been for like 20 minutes. And so my friend has now spun himself up into a lather. And they come out and say, like, is Grant's friend here? And he said, that's me. And they said, could you come back here? He's asking for you. And he said, what's wrong with him? And they said, well, we can't tell you that, but he's fainted, so he needs some help.
Oh my God.
And he comes back and sort of wakes me up and says, like, it's going to be okay. And I say, no, I'm just I'm just a pussy.
I'm fine.
So he didn't get tested. I thought the story ended in him getting HIV.
Wouldn't that be a good story?
Yeah, because
No.
straight guys
Well-
think they're so
Oh,
immune
then I
to all
guess.
STDs. Like I love when straight guys
STDs
get
in queer
STDs.
culture, or STIs, I guess
Yeah.
is what they're called now. It's
cares?
so fucked up.
It-
I feel like when I'm talked to in a doctor's office, it's always like women don't pass STIs is like the vibe there. It's all like, who of your partners has been with a man? Like that's the only way an STI could have gotten into this equation. And it's
they
like,
blame gay men for
yes,
everything.
Yes, do
Yeah.
you feel that when you go in? They're like, yeah, you
I have
probably
gay
do.
doctors. Your story reminded me of a story when I first moved to LA. I was at this like doctor's office like that only gay men went to, and now I go to. They were horrible, so I went to another one that only gay men
Yeah.
go to. But my doctor
How did
was
you
like,
find this, by the way?
Yeah.
Is
I
this
think-
like a
I
Yelp
think
thing?
a friend had told me because I was asking,
all
and
word
like
of
so I was
mouth.
like going to get treated, and like this is so gay man, but like the boundaries are just so down that the doctor is like, sweet ass.
No.
And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, I get
excuse
that, yeah.
me. He's like, you like eating ass? And I'm like, don't call it that. Like for
What?
a
Say
dog.
ass? They don't even say
He
like
said,
a
"Do
butt
you eat
hole."
ass?"
They're a
Yeah.
doctor. They
My,
use
now my doctor asked
Yeah.
about rimming. Like uses
Yeah.
like so.
Oh,
Do you
see,
let
that's-
you
Rimming
rim?
is more technical. Eating
Than eating
ass.
ass,
To
yeah.
hear a doctor say eating ass
What the fuck?
was so shocking.
No doctors could do
That is so crazy.
And then not but a week later, I was standing on my balcony and I hear Jordan,
no.
Jordan, and it's the fucking doctor.
No.
That's
And
great.
he's like, I'm your neighbor.
No.
And then so I stopped going to him. 6 months later, grinder every day.
no.
Hey.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, that's
That's-
awful.
Yeah.
That is like deeply dark, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
medical. I'm like, whenever I even
Yeah.
step foot into a doctor, I'm putting so much trust
Oh,
there
yeah.
that I'm like,
And them not
Please
doing
don't
that,
say-
and them
yeah.
not
Yeah.
like.
And like all he's thinking about is whether I eat ass or not.
yeah, exactly. Don't
So, like,
hit
Do
on
your
me.
job.
So Jordan, how do you
God.
eat ass? Do you like? Are
Yeah.
you good at it, or what are we?
Yeah.
I think I'm like I
That
used
was me
to-
being
he
your
was being the
doctor. I
doctor.
was being your
I need to
doctor.
know.
I don't actually.
It really.
I mean, I'd like to know.
struck
Oh
me
my
to my
gosh.
core. I was like, am I good at
He
it?
was ready to answer.
Yeah.
really
We'll
sweet.
talk. We'll
It
talk
used
later.
to be a thing I like was first thing I ordered off the menu, but now I've calmed down with it a little bit.
Yeah.
I haven't.
You
That's,
love it.
that's
I feel like bi
something-
guys love eating ass.
Love it. I love eating ass.
You love everything, though. Honestly,
I
on
do.
this
I
podcast,
do.
we've spent a
Yeah,
little
the
bit on
last time-
everything that you love.
Every podcast, some new thing I enjoy is going to come out.
Bi guys want to suck dick all day and eat ass and get fucked.
The last.
Isn't that most of
No,
what are we
no,
missing
like-
here?
Well, yeah.
Like I feel like bi
Bi dudes want to kiss,
Gay
and
guys-
hug, and go to dinner, and get married maybe one day, maybe
But
have
it's
kids.
like-
All bi guys.
It's different though, because with gay guys, it's either like I'm a top, but it's just
But
weird
isn't
that bi guys.
boring?
Yeah, you stay one thing the whole time? Do you
Well,
think so?
no, I
don't
don't.
know.
But I think the point I'm trying to make is that like a bi guy, because they like women, then with men they want things inside of them.
Oh,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
think
Like,
that's
I
where
think
they're getting
so many
that.
bi guys just want to get fucked and like play with dicks instead of getting their dick sucked, instead of fucking.
The
Oh my
last time I was
God.
on this podcast, I told a story about how not a story, a fact that I like sucking dick more than I like getting my dick sucked. And it's come up again. Allie, it's
Sorry.
come up again.
Sounds like you got red. Okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
selfish bi guy. No.
I'm used to it. It's fine. You know what? More for me.
No.
Sorry,
And
everybody.
with women, you like fucking them.
Yes, but I don't know what the... No, there are a lot of alternatives. I was going to say I don't know what the alternative
Yeah, I
would
was
be.
like, you're a creative.
Yeah, but I'm
person.
also more of a top with guys.
Okay.
So
So...
broken.
Yeah.
No.
Broken. I
Yeah.
think it is old and boring if someone's like, I'm a top. I'm like, what are you from
Yeah.
the 90s? What is
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on? Everyone's
They have the
versatile.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just like on dating apps too, where it's
Yeah.
like, I'm a top. And you're like, please don't bring that
Yeah.
into my queer, beautiful relationship where
Yeah.
anything is possible.
Yeah.
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 All right, great. Let's move on. We here at Tales from the Closet, we like to get a little bit scary mid-show, okay, and bring up what some might call a trigger word, but really, I just think it's a funny, spooky word. Was that
triggering
scary
people
enough
is
of
funny.
like an intro?
You said funny and spooky.
Yeah.
so-
Funny and spooky. Spooky. I'm truly so sorry. Okay, great. Our word of the day is straight-acting. I love it. Straight acting. So yeah, this is just roundtable talk. What does that word mean to you? Where have you heard it used? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it growing on you?
It's so growing on me. I love it now. No, I feel like it's. I've had to like unteach myself to like to take it as a compliment. Like for my whole life, if someone was like, I didn't even know
That's
you were gay,
interesting.
I was just like, thank you, I'll do anything for you. And now I'm like, oh, that's like bad. That's like me being ashamed of something.
Could be.
Yeah,
Totally.
of course. And it's like, I mean, I think like I like talking to women about this because like I believe that like all homophobia is like rooted in sexism. So I think that's why like gay men and trans women are like killed and beaten the most more than lesbians.
I would agree. Yeah.
Because it's
But
like
that's
the
where
threat.
you meet the most hostility.
Yeah, it's
Sure
because
is,
of like
yeah.
it's the threat of femininity. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're coming into their world and showing them that like men aren't just men, and
Yeah.
that like you can like possess feminine
Totally.
things.
Yeah.
Do
I
you-
agree. And I think straight acting. I think I'm just so sick of everything queer being in reference to straight
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
So then it's like, oh, like get that lens off of me.
Yeah.
Like straight acting or not. I don't know. I just don't want to hear that. But I know
Yeah.
in like gay male culture, that's something that you'll see on like dating apps and stuff. My
Oh,
brother has
all
told
the
me.
time.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
all over
straight
Grindr is
acting.
like. Usually people don't say it in reference to themselves.
Yeah.
They do sometimes, but it's a lot of times
What they're
looking
searching for, yeah.
It's like looking for a straight acting guy or mask for mask, which is so telling about first of all the kind
Yeah.
of guy that they are, and also too like you're shutting out so many hot guys, like even just as a strategy
But a lot
for
of
getting
the
laid.
masked guys, like they'll like have these shoulders and these arms, and they'll be like brooding, and I'll be like, so I'm
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm working in PR right now, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, you're not masculine.
Yeah, that is
So
not.
don't pretend
In
that
a
you are when
photo,
you're
they
not.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's
That's
like
all that matters.
my outward appearance
Yeah.
is masculine, and
Yeah.
therefore I can have all of the privilege that comes with
Yeah.
it.
Sure.
Guys.
So
That's what it
sad.
is.
As long as they
Yeah.
don't
It's so
talk.
sad to see. I was at like a gay club on New Year's Eve in London, and just like
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm not surprised anymore.
now I've heard everything. Gay club, London, New Year's Eve. But it was like. It's so every time I go to like a circuit party thing like that, it makes me so sad because I'm like, oh my god, like all of you have destroyed your bodies to like look like this, and like
Yeah.
you literally like you see these huge guys with like the worst back knee because of the steroids, and it's like they're all clones of each other, and you're just like, oh, like your old self is gone.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna get your old body back. And that is so sad,
Or-
just to like uphold this thing of
Yeah,
masculinity.
or even just
Yeah.
like the very cookie cutter look that you get
Yeah.
in like specifically like gay male clubs.
Yes.
Like lesbians have like a similar thing of like lesbian look.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
it was like, have you guys been watching the Marie Kondo thing on Netflix?
No.
Fuck no.
Tidying up.
Do it.
It's so good. I only watched 2 episodes, and I happened to choose the 2 gay
She's a
couple
sociopath, right?
Yeah, she's totally
Fuck
crazy.
Vice. Fuck Marie Kondo.
No, but it's good. But there was a gay guy on there, and like you're supposed to go through all your clothes and touch them, and if they bring you joy,
Oh, we know.
you keep it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone knows.
That's the only thing I know
Yeah,
about it.
that is the only like.
Yeah,
basic-
yeah.
just
And
the
you do
only thing-
categories.
All anyone needs to know.
She created one sentence.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all she's
Does
done
that
for.
bring
That's
you
all she's done
joy?
for.
Because otherwise it's like
Joy.
dust,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
I could have figured out the rest of it.
Yeah.
But he's picking up all these clothes, and they're all like, and he was like, I don't get joy from any of these clothes. I'm I'm really not getting the exercise. And all I was thinking was like, that's because you don't want to dress like that. Like all of his clothes were like very like
Gay.
very gay,
Yeah.
and like he looked at him and his boyfriend dressed exactly the same, and I was like, ooh, that's because like you're a freak and you want to wear like cool clothes.
Gay men suffer from both having the male gaze and having the male gaze on
Interesting,
them.
yeah.
So you get like gay men get toxic masculinity from both ends. So it is terribly damaging to try and put yourself into the box that you think men will want.
What are ways that you guys have been able to get out from under that?
Just like
I'll let you know when I do.
I
It
mean,
feels like
like-
it's tough to figure out.
it's just like trying to like find your deepest self, and like the more you learn about yourself, the less you're gonna like want to like be like everyone else.
Yeah, totally.
I think that's basic. Like the problem is like, and straight people have it too. It's like no one knows who they are.
Yeah.
And so like they're just doing what they think that they're supposed to do as a gay man or a straight person or a lesbian. So it's like, and the people that really stand out in like any culture are the people who just know who they are.
Yeah, totally.
So I don't think it really has to do with like being gay or straight or anything. No, it doesn't. Okay.
Well, I think no, I completely agree, and which is why you see it so much more in young people.
Yeah.
It's like it's people who are 22 are so fucked up.
I see
But
it so
straight
much in
and gay
gay-
people
yeah.
are like especially too if it's someone who's recently out and recently an adult. Like
Yeah.
that's too much to have to do all at once. That's
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah, I bet. I know it must have been.
It was very hard.
Because you came out right after college, right?
Yeah, a little bit after, like 24. But yeah.
Oh wow.
I think it's like finding a more specific identity than the gay identity. I think you can ride
Sure.
just having the
Yeah.
gay identity be yours or queer identity.
Yeah, which is great too.
Which is also like
Yeah.
definitely spend time in there because
Yeah.
you've been isolated for so long alone. So it's great to embrace that. But after that, you kind of see the toxic things that it brings you, and you're able to
Yeah.
kind of like shed that.
Well, you have to just be aware, because I also get annoyed when people are like, being gay is just like a very small part of my life. And it's like,
hate
okay,
that.
bitch, like we
Yeah.
get what you're saying. And like, so you have to like find a balance of like, it has to be, you can't be shying away from it because you're ashamed of it. But like, if you're like genuinely, my sexuality is one part of my life, that's the goal.
Yeah.
But if you're like just doing it so you don't like seem too gay,
That's
Yes.
you see that a lot.
Yeah.
Toning yourself down.
and yeah,
Sure.
and it is always a line of like, I don't want to be defined by my sexuality. It's like, well, you're afraid of your sexuality.
Yeah.
It's like people who are like, I don't want to talk about politics. And
Yeah,
you're like,
it's like, what fucked up
Yeah.
politics
Yeah,
do you have
yeah.
that you don't
Right.
want to talk about it?
But then it's also a little bit cultural because I'm Persian, and Persian communities don't talk about things like sex and sexuality in general. Even if you are straight, even if you are married, you don't talk about what you do with your partner, and that's just not a thing anyone talks about. So, like, for me, I had a lot of shame identifying in general anything sexually ever.
Yes.
No matter what it was. So that's a weird thing.
Same with
to have.
Christianity, like no sex at all talked about.
Yeah.
And so telling my parents I was like into women just felt like an inherently sexual thing I
Yeah.
was bringing up.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
not, like,
Mom,
about love.
yeah,
It's,
I
like,
was like,
about-
this is who I want to have that's not
Sure.
what I was saying.
No, it's a
But
Yeah.
it
love
just
thing.
felt so explicit. I was like, oh,
Right. And then that's
Yeah.
the other thing. It's like back to talking about how you had to dress and clothes and things like that. Like I grew up having to like go to Persian parties where you have to wear dresses and straighten your hair and put on makeup and all this stuff. And I was like, I never wanted to do it, and I kind of never did, and I didn't do it right. But my mom would like be embarrassed, and she'd be like, "Oh, everybody's talking about you," and like you're like in a dress, but
That
you didn't do
sucks.
your hair or whatever. I was like, that's fine, Mom. Like I feel better. I feel okay about it now. And I did go to a different. Gosh, I'm talking about so many weddings. I did go to a different wedding, my other cousin's wedding, and this was after my whole family knew that I was queer, and they were like, "Oh," all texting me like, "Are you gonna wear like a suit? Like this is a cool thing you could wear, whatever, whatever." And then I showed up in a dress, and I felt like everybody was mad.
They're like,
They were like, "Oh,
you
you're gonna be
chose.
so
You told us you were gay.
I contain multitudes, and I
Yes.
like these gowns
Yeah.
better than the suits I tried
Yeah.
on.
Oh
And they were so like, I
God.
thought
This
you were gonna wear a
Diane
Keaton
suit. What's
motherfucker.
going on? I was like, okay. well, I'm gonna do what I want. It's
Do you
me.
feel like they like kind of like were like, oh, when you came out, they were like, oh, it all makes sense. Like,
Sure.
of course.
They were like, yeah, yeah. And then there was, because that was happening to when I was like talking to my friends in college about how I was like dating a woman, and they would say stuff like that, and I would sort of have a reaction like, what do you mean, of course? And then I'm like, it's okay that they said that.
Yeah,
it's okay
yeah.
that they've noticed that
But it
I'm a little
does
bit
suck-
different. But
Yeah.
it's a little bit like,
when someone
Whatever.
says they knew you better than you knew yourself, you know, like
Yeah.
it's like annoying.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you knew I was
I was
gay.
telling you
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, act
Just go,
surprised.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I
Or just
knew-
say, okay.
Act disappointed. Just don't say you knew. Yeah, I have 2 lesbian sisters.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, my
boy.
brother's gay.
Oh,
Everyone
really?
in our family.
Same.
is. Oh, my God. I love it.
Good for you guys.
Well,
I'm an
now
only
it-
child.
yeah. Now it's a sibling.
Only
Everyone
child.
in all of our families.
I have
an only
straight
child?
siblings.
Oh, so yeah.
Okay.
There's the door.
Yeah.
So what were you?
But it was like, I just have memories of like my now they go by sibling, but they would like freak out and like start shaking if they had to wear a dress, and it was like and they weren't out, and so it was just like what's happening. They would have like full panic attacks, just like screaming and crying. And,
We
like,
would have. Where do they live? We would have a lot in common.
yeah, and like one of them had like no problem wearing a dress, and like they're twin lesbians.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I was never afraid or upset by dresses. I just didn't like being told that I had to pick one. I just wanted to decide when I wore one. And now, because I like dresses, I like all the clothes equally. I do tend toward more like in between, like gender neutral clothes. But I guess I don't know. Actually, I dress however I am.
Our colors are very similar.
Our colors are
actually.
on
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But a thing that my parents do now is anytime I'm in a dress, they make a point to be like, "Oh, look at you! You look so good!" And I'm like, "I know that. You can say that in any other outfit." But
I
they
picked
think
this
they're
dress.
they think they're reinforcing something
yeah.
when they're kind of not. I would just wear this no matter what.
They don't care that you're
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Fuck off.
I'm calling my mom and
hated-
telling her you said that.
Get your mom on the phone right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what this podcast is for. I hated wearing dresses.
Yeah.
But okay, so my brother being gay, growing up, we were also very like outside of our gender, like, and so we would get presents, and it wasn't until I was like 7 years old that we realized, like, oh my God, we're each getting the presents the other one won.
Yes.
And
Oh,
so like
okay,
we
gotcha,
would
gotcha,
like
gotcha.
it became like a whole thing that like my mom, like, if we just said thank you and looked like we were gonna keep the gift until the person left, then we could trade.
And that was like between you and your brother.
And my mom, because she got in on it because she wanted us not to look rude. So it would just be like us sitting in the living room, and I'd be like, great, like a custom bracelet bead making kit. Like, can't wait. And he would be like, great, Spawn action figures from the underworld. I
Yeah.
can't wait. And it'd just be like,
I would have died for that bracelet making. I love
he loved
bracelet
it.
making kits.
Absolutely not
I
boring.
love
Give me
that.
those
Thank you.
Spawn underworld.
I
I'm
love
with you,
that.
Spawn.
Yeah.
My uncle took me on my 10th young birthday, took me to FAO Shorts, and he was like, you can buy anything in the store, and like everyone was like, buy this huge thing, like you can buy anything, and I chose a Pocahontas Barbie doll.
No way.
And everyone was just like,
This is so upsetting.
fuck you.
This is a tale. This is a tale from the crypt. I can't believe this is my
so
personal
mad at me.
hell.
It wasn't even like, I don't even think they processed that. No, they did. They were like, that's a pretty gay thing to do. But they're also just like, fuck you.
No way.
You chose the wrong thing. You're not being
Did
good
you
with
come
money
out
right
early?
now.
Was your
Yeah.
family cool with it, or was it like
Yeah, well, it's so funny.
out of
'cause
3 siblings?
out of 3 siblings,
Who came out first? Who won?
I came out first. I won. They came out way later than me, and they're 3 years older than me.
Wow.
But lesbians all like come out in college, or that's.
It feels.
High school is not for lesbians.
It's also
maybe
not
now
for
it is.
gay
I
think
men,
now.
but
Like,
now.
it's-
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God for
Yeah.
the times
Yeah.
now. Oh, I'm
yeah.
sure it's still difficult,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But
We're not taking anything away from you or your viewers. We recognize your struggle, so long as you recognize that it wasn't as hard. It's not as hard as ours. That we're stronger than you are.
I feel like Arkansas current day. Get at us. We're sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Long Island, so it wasn't like the hardest thing in the world, but I remember like it was just everything happened so fast. Like it was like from the first time I was like, I like that 6-pack. Like within a week I had come out.
No way.
Like from like literally like the first
Good
time
for you.
at like 12, at end of 12.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Like 13th, around 13th birthday.
Wow.
But it was like I came out to all my camp friends, and then I gave this guy a hand job at like a sleepover party, and he famously pretended he was possessed and threw up.
No.
He was like
Wait,
so
what?
ashamed. Yeah, I gave him a hand job. He freaked out.
I like that you said famously. Like,
You all know. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wait,
Yeah.
at what kind of camp?
It was this was a like nighttime party at a house. We were at a day camp together, and he just started, his like eyes rolled back and he started like shaking up and down, and then like went and threw up and just pretended to be possessed.
That
with it.
is nightmare.
Yeah, that's my
Fuck
first
that
sexual
guy.
experience.
That's tough.
But I wonder why I'm so fucked up with
My
sex.
God.
Why I need it for validation. It's so
Toxic.
weird.
Oh my God. That's
But then,
crazy.
so I was aiming with my friends about it, and my sisters told my parents. So they came out. They came out
Gross.
for me.
Oh no.
And I remember like my dad was driving me to like community theater, and he's like, "So, is it true?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was
Dad, I
like,
really think community theater would be the tip.
and he was like, well, he, like the traditional love Simon, like, I'll love you, whatever you are. But then, and my mom was like so much like more cool. But then I recently remember like one of the first things she said to me was she was like, it's okay that you're gay, that's fine. Just don't get a gay voice and don't get AIDS.
Oh dear.
And now I'm coming back to it being like,
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh God. Horrible.
and then I like told her she said that, and she like, I became like the villain. She was like, after everything I've done for you. I was
my
so supportive.
God.
That was though the first thing my parents said with not a gay voice, but like, well, be careful.
Yeah. Which is valid.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it was a different
reasonable
time.
advice to give to a young gay person.
Yeah.
But it is
Prep
also
didn't
like
exist when I
My
came
kids
out.
will be on prep when they are 5 years old.
I have a cousin who's a doctor and said like we should just put prep in the water. We
Yeah.
should put like prep and Lipitor in the water.
Yeah, I mean the strides for that are insane. Like
insane.
have you guys ever seen the artist fucking Royanovich? He's like Russian.
I bet you're saying it wrong.
I bet I'm positive I, am.
I
It's
bet
like
that's not it.
WOJ.
Oh,
anyway.
Banksy.
Oh yeah, Banksy. He does this crazy thing with a balloon. It's like longing. No, but anyway, David Royanovich or whatever. He's like a big like during like the AIDS outbreak. He did a lot of like political art, and he has like the most heart wrenching. Like he does like text over stuff, and it's just about like
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
people dying, the government not caring,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
everyone just like villainizing gay people during the 90s.
May I touch you?
Yeah.
For this, I recently, my friend came over and she was like, we were just talking about comedians, and they were like, #1 Eddie Murphy, and I was like, yeah, sure, and she was like, you have to watch his like first special.
Oh, Raw? Oh, it's so awful.
It is
It's
horrifying.
What does he do?
He starts with a 10-minute rant about faggots and
Yeah.
AIDS. Like, and this is
Oh, what's
during.
the punchline?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
what
like
on earth
it's
is
just
the
like
punchline?
I'm not getting AIDS for no faggots. I don't let faggots touch
That's
me.
what
I
I
don't let
thought the
faggots touch
punchline
me.
would
I don't let faggots go anywhere near me. You're a faggot. You stay away from
kidding.
me.
No,
It's
no,
like,
no,
It's like a
10
Kevin Hart special now.
10 full minutes. And like this is when
Got 'em.
like gay men were literally dropping dead like flies, and the audience is literally like
They can't get
like,
enough.
they, like it was catharsis for them.
It's-
to like hear like how much you hate gay. It was so.
It makes my heart race thinking about watching
I
those
think
those
everyone should be
comedy
required
specials.
to like watch that.
Yeah.
Because it's so horrifying.
Watch
out
that
there.
and then watch How to Survive a Plague, the documentary from a
Yeah.
couple years ago.
Yeah.
Listen, kids, know your history.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that's the
right.
thing is
Know
like
your
you
history.
feel there's something weird hanging in the air, and that's because there is. Like, these people are still alive.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long
No.
ago that was like completely considered okay.
Yeah, and then you'll meet like a 60-year-old gay guy, and it's like, yes, everyone I knew in my 20s has died.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of my friends
And
died.
it's like when people get cancer, they're not like, well, you shouldn't have done this. And like
Yeah.
with AIDS, it was like, it's your fault. Like, this is all your fault. Like,
Yeah.
you've created this monster.
You deserve it.
You
Yeah.
deserve it.
Yeah.
And like any other disease, they're like, bless you, I'm so sorry for you. Like, I
Yeah.
hope everything's okay.
Yeah, and this, they're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Got what's
away.
coming to you.
Yeah.
spooky.
Spooky, straight
That's straight acting. This is sort of straight acting category.
Well, I love the tangents that we go on this.
Those are
There's
good.
no
Okay, talk
wrong
about
tangent
AIDS
on
for-
that.
It's like and yeah, where we are
guys-
now versus.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel the presence of like the AIDS epidemic in gay male culture now?
I personally do. Like, I just think about it all the time because I would have been dead.
Oh,
It's
yeah, I think about that all the time. Like,
I'm an artist. Like, I'm a cool person. Like, everyone that was cool died.
It's Fran Lebowitz
Yeah.
has a great line.
Yeah.
It's like we lost a generation of people with good taste.
With good
'cause
taste, yeah.
All the cool gay men.
I've watched that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. I
which
love
is such a
Fran.
shitty thing to say. Like,
Yeah.
but it is true. But it's true.
I actually, yeah.
But it's, I
One
mean,
of my
true,
films
but
talks
shitty.
about that.
It's.
Go
I mean,
on.
even just the difference in my like relationship to sex pre-prep versus post-prep is
You're barebacking your life away.
And there are problems with that. And, otherwise, we'll get into off air. But it is, gay sex is equated with death
Yeah.
for gay men specifically, like gay people, but gay men specifically, at this point in history, and that is deeply damaging.
Yes. Yeah. Do you feel like that like when, I don't know, is it like when people are around, are there like, do you guys all talk about it? Like, isn't that scary that could happen? Or are we to a point where that's not really on the table anymore?
No,
and
I
it
think
feels
it's like
safe?
not. I think it's like not in like a bad way, where it's like people are so like PrEP is such a lifesaver, and like people are just doing whatever they want that it's like. I think it's like it's almost a little disrespectful to the older generation how flippant we are about sex, and like it's unfair. It's unfair to like talk about it so loosely when like they're too old now to like get the pussy that they once could, for lack of a better word. So like they're not having the sex they could have had, and they didn't get to have the sex that they wanted.
Yeah,
because
hard.
of AIDS. So it's like I can't imagine what it's like for a 75-year-old to look at us and be like, oh great, like but it's not fair. Like
I mean, they
missed
must
my-
think that left. I was just lecturing high school students now about how easy
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
exactly
For a
the same thing.
75-year-old to say, like, they must think that all the
Don't
time.
have survivor's guilt in
Yeah,
your
yeah,
life.
yeah.
But do you feel safe, would you say?
Yeah,
I do.
I do.
That's great.
I do feel safe.
Yeah.
I certainly have sex like I feel safe, so I do feel safe.
Yeah.
Can gay men still not donate blood?
I lie.
Is that still a thing?
Yes, that is still. Like,
It's still on the form,
If you've
like,
ever
you
had
cannot-
sex with
Yeah.
a man, you can't. Or
Isn't
since
that
like,
insane?
It's
That
crazy.
feels crazy.
weird
Yeah.
old vestige of the time gone by.
I know.
The last time I gave blood was in high school, and it would still be a
I don't
decade
think it's
until
for
I had
women,
sex.
though.
No, yeah, it
Yeah.
was fine.
I give blood all the time. It's one of my
Really?
favorite things
Every
to
day,
do.
every morning.
Are you serious?
It is. I do. I give blood. I
Wait,
give
where?
plasma all the time at the UCLA Blood and Plasma Center. I went to
Wait,
UCLA.
I love you.
Yes, and I used to do this in college, and I still go now. Anytime I have like a free day, I'll like make an appointment and go, and I do platelets, and that takes like an hour, and there's like a TV, and you can watch like a movie while you're
Have you ever
saving a
gotten
life.
paid for plasma?
And then, oh no, if you were a UCLA employee, you could, but I get paid in movie tickets. 4 tickets to the AMC every time I donate blood,
That's worth
everybody.
more than plasma.
And you get a free cookie and orange juice, and sometimes there's sandwiches there.
What?
It's great.
4 free tickets to the movie?
That's
Yeah,
for
it's
platelets.
also-
You get 2 for just blood.
It's a great way to
Wow.
feel like you're giving to charity without losing any money.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
gaining movie tickets.
Oh, yeah.
I never go to the movies.
I faint though, so
Really?
that's not.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it.
I faint all the time,
Right.
and I have sex with men.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna move on to my favorite part of this show, which are questions submitted by viewers.
I love that.
Some people identify themselves and their age. Some people asked anonymously. We've talked about maybe uploading this podcast under like like another name, like NFL Breakdown or
To get
something,
more viewers?
so that closeted people could download it and have it on their phone.
Gotcha.
I have a friend who lived in India 3 years ago, and she said, because it was illegal to be gay there until
Yeah.
like so recently,
Yeah, like-
to get in with like the lesbians that lived there, you had to be noticed, and then someone would give you an email and you would email them. They would have you meet at like a secret location and vet you, and then you could get invited to
Wow.
like the
That's
gay
like
stuff.
me with cool gays
Yeah,
now.
it's like it's so fabulous and so dark at the same
Yeah,
time.
that's right. It's
That's
dark.
what I'm thinking.
It's dark, but it is fabulous.
It's bad,
Anyway,
but-
shout out India. Okay, our first question.
That one took me by surprise.
I was like, we are gonna die.
Yeah, it
I
was
love all
genuinely
of them.
scary. And now it's raining.
We're all soaking wet. All right. Did you have many LGBTQ friends when you were discovering yourself? Do you have any tips on meeting new queer friends, especially as a teen? This is from someone named Noah, age 15.
Oh, I love him.
Okay.
Just the name, I know exactly what he looks like.
Shout out, hi Noah.
Shout out Noah. I thought he was gonna say, did you have gay friends when you were discovered?
when you personally were discovered.
Like, I'll fucking let you know.
Yeah.
Well, that. I guess I'm confused a little bit about the language, so I'll answer twice, because there's when you were discovering yourself versus when you were coming out. I think are
Yeah,
sort of
did you
different
have queer
times.
friends when you were first realizing that you were gay? And do you have tips on meeting new queer friends as a teen?
Can I say something like a don't?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah, I felt like I had this pressure to, because there were so few gay people around me, to be like best friends with them, and I hated them.
Yeah.
And like, and they were also the only people I could have sex with. So I was like, I hated the people I had sex with. I hated the people I was around, and I was like, I wish I had just like stuck to my girls. And like then like when I met queer, when I finally like. When I was like 21, I found my first like group of gay friends, and I was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. Like, these are like-minded people. So I don't feel like you need to like. I think now it's a lot easier because you could seek out people who have the same interests as you, like online and stuff. But like, don't look for gay people just because they're gay, because
Don't lower your standards.
lower your
in that way.
standards. Yeah, like stick true to like the people you actually want to hang out with, and like the gay people will come. If
Yeah.
you're like, you're gonna find them when you move to a city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, this might not be universal, but what worked for me is moving to a city. Is being in a place where there are a lot of other gay people.
Yeah.
Like when I was coming out to myself when I was a teen, I was at a Catholic school in Ohio. I didn't know any other gay people. Turns out I did, but at the time they weren't out.
Well, yeah,
and neither
that's
was
the
I.
thing. Out people.
Yeah. Then when I was coming out, I did it in college. I was at acting school. I only knew gay people.
Yeah.
And so that's not a helpful tip for a 15-year-old isn't move to a city.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's not a helpful thing, Noah.
Yeah.
But I would say, it's similar to what you were saying. At 15, I think it's more important that your friends be good friends rather than be gay friends.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
be open and honest with the friends you have now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the characteristics that you want in a friend don't start and end with
Yeah.
gay. It's like
Sure.
honest and supportive
Yeah.
and kind, and you look for those people, not just gay people.
And there's like so many, like I even as an adult have like people I consider friends that I've never met, that I'm just like Instagram friends with, and like we always comment back, and I'm like, oh, that's my friend.
Yeah.
So it's like you can find people, like
Yes.
if you need an outlet to talk about your gay experience, you can find it online.
Find that online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you find that online, and then your friends in real life.
Yeah.
Let those friends be.
Yeah.
Other traits can take precedence
Yeah.
over
Totally.
shared sexuality at 15.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though it's all you think about when you're 15.
Oh.
yeah.
God.
Yeah, the
Oh,
follow-up to this this, he also asked, could you talk about how to meet other queer people if you're not big in the party or clubbing scene?
At 15?
Okay, well,
This
I
is
don't.
this is Pierce. This is someone
I
else.
was like,
I don't party and I don't go to clubs, but I also don't, I guess, don't go out and seek specifically queer friends. I just like to find friends that like to do the same things I do. And I don't know if this is advice, but it's just like, because it doesn't answer the question about finding specifically queer people, but I did just make friends, like doing improv and sketch and doing, like, I also did theater in high school, and all those people were very supportive. And actually, a lot of my friends in high school that were not queer in high school now are like, I think I am.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I am. So it's just like, do the things that you like, and you will find friends.
I think
that
so too.
support
I
you.
think, yeah, if you're like into books or something, hang out at the bookstore in your
With
town.
the
I'm trying to think of
losers?
like, yeah, get out here.
Oh my gosh, I need to leave. He hates everything I'm about.
Very good advice for young lesbians to hang out at the bookstore.
I'm just saying, like, if you're in a smaller town, like
Yeah.
go to the things that your town has to offer.
go
and
to like
meet
the
people
queer
there.
section and just like be like
Yeah.
looking up, be like, yeah.
And I think that is a thing. I don't, because you don't have to be into partying and clubbing to make friends, but you do have to actively pursue the interests you do have.
Yeah.
If partying and clubbing aren't
Yeah.
aren't your thing, what is your thing, and then go out to it, because I think sometimes partying
Yeah.
and clubbing can be code for I'm introverted and don't like
Yes,
to
and
talk
don't
to
want
new
to be
people.
social.
And it's tough to find new friends if you don't put yourself out
Yes.
there, and you don't have to be into partying and clubbing. You can do plays. You can
Book club, yeah.
join.
I do think though,
sports team.
like just do a quick scan on yourself and see if there's a way that you could be braver and
Yeah.
put yourself out there a little bit more. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be at some like all night rave,
Yeah.
but
And no one's like actually making friends at a club. And
I completely
I've
agree,
never
yeah.
met
I
someone
can't
at a
imagine
club.
how you would.
Gay
Yeah.
parties can be very over. Like when I
Yeah.
first came out, I went to gay bars,
Yeah.
and it was just so booming Lady
Yeah.
Gaga music, and I was like, maybe this isn't my
Thing.
tribe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh no, I've made
It
a
wasn't
mistake.
until I started like going to house parties and like
Finally meeting and talking to people. Yeah.
where the volume is low
Yeah.
enough that you can have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
put
this is a
yourself
good one.
Actively pursue your interests. And
Yeah.
that's how to make friends, gay
In
or
any-
straight.
yeah, yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, just how to make
Just like
friends
life
in
in
general.
Or do a video podcast. Go to College Humor.
Yeah, come and be on this video podcast.
We're fun, man.
All right, great. Next question. I am a queer woman who has been out personally for about 2 years, but I recently started a new job as a kindergarten special ed teacher in the Bronx. Part of the reason I went into education was to afford young kids a safe space to explore their identities. Unfortunately, my school is not the most accepting environment, and I feel myself tiptoeing back into the closet when I'm there. This makes me feel guilty and kind of embarrassed. How do you cope with coming out / being at work when you suspect it's putting you under a higher level of scrutiny? Is it ever worth it to just to keep this stuff to yourself?
Oh, that's so tough. That was long, and I felt every word of it.
Yeah,
It was
right.
like, I don't have any good advice for that, and that's a thing that I did for a long time, not in a workplace, but like to my parents. I was just like, to my friends and everybody, I was like, yes, I am who I am, I'm queer, but then it's like, to my parents, I'd be like, I just won't tell them this one thing because they don't ask anyway, it doesn't matter. And it felt worse. And then the longer you do it, it feels like you'll never get out of it. So it does feel better to decide to do it. And then this is the thing that my uncle told me: if somebody will just like judge you just because of that one thing, then you don't need them to like you anyway. And they can come back when they can decide that that's okay, because it's not a big thing about you.
Totally.
So,
But I think it's so. I think she actually needs to leave this job, because I think it's so rare for anyone to know why they're doing their job, and she knows why she's doing her job.
Wow,
and she's
yeah.
like, I want to work with kids' identities, and I am a firm believer that like you can actually do whatever you want in this life, and so she needs to be looking for schools that are align with her interests.
but I think that space needs her, because what if some kids there are also suppressed by that environment of the school, maybe?
True. Yeah.
I think so, but I think it's like, yeah, that's the question of like putting your own happiness first or second.
Yeah, I guess we
like,
don't know what
and
specifically
to
is
that,
happening.
I guess I'd say, because I agree that you could do a lot of good, but then you have to do it. Then
you have to do it, which is a scary thing.
If that's why you're there, then you have a responsibility to yourself and to the kids around you to do the thing.
Yeah.
And if you can't, and I'm not saying there aren't legitimate reasons that you can't. Like
she does say in the parentheses, no, I don't feel my job is at risk, but I worry folks would read an agenda into my teaching or push back against the gender neutral and explorative space I'm trying to build.
Well, you do have an agenda. It sounds like you do have an agenda.
Agenda in quotes in that like creepy gay phobic
Yes,
way.
and just want people to be who they are and how they are instead of
Yeah.
just like making them into gays.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But it is true.
You get it, right?
I make kids into gays all the time. I hated the way that sounded.
It was unfortunate.
I hated that.
I mean, it just is like depends. And this is such like just like point of view thing about how you see the world. But like, if she wants to live in her utopia, then there's a way to do it. And if she wants to live to like to help and struggle and fight, then there's a way to do that too. And I don't think one is worse or better than the other. Like I don't think if you're like I wanna help who I want to help in the way I want to help, I don't think you're a bad person for doing that. But I mean, all for you if you're going to go into these spaces that are not accepting and try to make a difference.
You know what
from
I
within.
found helpful with that is like that. Have you guys ever done the artist's way?
Oh,
You write 3 pages at the top of every morning, like
it's some
just
real Marie
nonstop.
Kondo shit.
It's not.
It's not. It's not.
No, it's messy.
You can't read anything.
But what I'm gonna say is, if you're writing 3 pages every day, I think it would help her track what she wants and what she's getting in this situation a little bit more. Because when it comes to a job, that's a huge choice. It's like give yourself a year, give yourself 2 years to decide what you're gonna do with this. Feel it out a little bit more. I'm not gonna be like, stop being a kindergarten teacher in the Bronx. Like, quit. You know, it's like, take time.
And
but if you stay and try to achieve that purpose. But right now, it's just costing you.
Totally.
And you're not getting the benefit you were hoping for.
And she's also like there is part of this that like she is presuming negativity before there's actually negativity there.
Well, but you do that when you're scared.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I mean, try it one way, and if like those things that are perceived are real, then it's time to reconsider.
Yes. All right. Final question. How do you handle not feeling queer enough? For example, I'm an out and proud cis bisexual woman dating a cis bisexual man, which means folks often assume that we're straight, and I hate when people think that either of us have chosen a side because we're with each other.
Yeah, you get that a lot. As a bi person, there's if you're just out grocery shopping and you see a couple and it's a man and a woman, you naturally, I think, presume that there's a straight couple. I don't think there's anything wrong with that presumption. How do you then more outwardly demonstrate your queerness to let yourself be part of the community? Well, that's a good question.
Right?
And I'm a comedian, so I don't necessarily have a terrific answer.
Rainbow flags.
Yeah,
I
rainbow
don't
flags
know.
everywhere.
I think there's a problem with not a problem, but just like having the feeling or the need to feel like, but it's a thing that we've put on. To be gay enough is a thing that is not real. You just are who and how you are, and so. But it is real. What do you mean? I mean, it's being gay enough is real?
Yeah, like those pressures are real.
No, I know the pressures are real, but the concept of being gay enough is not real.
Not real. Exactly.
There is no gay enough moment.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Well, I do agree. I do think
I don't know.
wanting to be perceived. It does kind of sound like maybe they have friends who are like, oh, good, you've picked a side. I think that kind of thinking of like picking a side and not being allowed to feel free.
Well, I understand this feel. When I'm with a woman, it does feel like I need to. I do feel like I need to name myself more often. So that I feel like I still belong to that community, and B, to because it's good to be out and it's better for the world to have more out people.
And you just want to be understood.
Yeah,
Like you want to
that's
be
it,
seen like for who you are.
Yeah. So I guess just be out to as many people as you can be. Be loud about your queerness.
I would be interested in this. I feel like maybe we'll come back to this in another show because I want more. I feel like I have some friends who are queer and just ended up in a straight relationship after, and I wonder what that feels like. Like, now you're, now you're dating like a straight guy, or now you're dating a straight girl.
Yeah.
Do you feel like some of you has been lost? That's really interesting. Like, what's doing that?
Yeah, I mean, bi is such like a complicated thing because if you're not in an open relationship, like I feel like I would feel like I'm missing a part of my sexuality by not being able to like express both of the things.
Maybe that's just because you're very gay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I feel like you find everything in both genders.
Right.
Maybe?
If it is just about the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not always like that.
I think she should break up with her boyfriend and date a
Date
woman
you.
just on principle. Yeah, date me.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sending in questions, everybody, and thank you so much to you guys. It was great to have you.
Thank you guys.
I love
this
all
was
of
fun.
you. Yes, thank you for coming in.
We're gonna have a big bi orgy now.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
You have to. I'm sorry.
have to.
Okay. Anyway,
You
thank you so
signed,
much,
you signed.
guys. We will see you when our next podcast comes out. Please hit us up on the Discord. Grant and I are both definitely on there. Send us questions and get involved in that talk that's going on there. Thanks so much. Have a great week. Hey, what's up? It's Allie from College Humor. Click here to subscribe. Click here to see some more cool stuff. And if you want to see a hot babe in the city, click here. I made that. This is what I like.